What if I told you your entire mental toughness, your grit, focus, and ability to perform under pressure could be forged in just the first 10 minutes of your day? No fluff, no incense, no cheesy affirmations, just raw, proven habits used by elite performers who wake up, lock in, and execute. This isn't theory. It's not feel-good hype. It's 5 habits that took me from unfocused and reactive to fired up and unstoppable every single morning. And the crazy part? It's stupid simple. 10 minutes, 5 habits, a version of you that doesn't crack when it counts. Subscribe to Mindset for Wealth for actionable content that hits harder than your morning espresso. Let's build that mental muscle. Your first act of the day sets the tone. Hit snooze? You've already told your brain that comfort matters more than commitment. Mentally tough people don't argue with alarms. The second it rings, they move. No debate, no just 5 more minutes. Just action. Why? Because that first decision triggers a domino effect. You either start your day in control or you give it away. Most think mental toughness is about surviving chaos. It's not. It's about stacking tiny decisions that build strength. Getting up immediately is your first rep of the day. It tells your brain, I run the show, not my feelings, not my excuses. Struggle with this? Put your phone across the room. The goal isn't ease. The goal is discipline. Here's the truth. Your brain craves patterns. If your pattern is delay, so is your life. If your pattern is movement, your momentum snowballs. Every morning you rise without hesitation, you build a loop of grit. You prove before the world even wakes that you are different. Wake up, stand up, move. That's weapon 1 in your mental arsenal. Want to wake up fast? Crush anxiety before it even shows up? Nothing hits the nervous system harder or sharper than ice-cold water. Mental toughness isn't just mindset, it's muscle. And that muscle grows when you act strong, even when everything in you wants to retreat. Cold showers are nature's mental push-ups. They sting, they shock, they suck, but they train your response. Do you freak out or do you breathe and stay calm? The first time, your brain will beg you to quit. This is insane. Get out. That's the moment that matters, because if you can override that reflex here, you can override it anywhere. You don't need 10 minutes of torture. Start with 30 seconds, then a minute. Your tolerance grows. But more importantly, so does your resilience. Cold exposure forces breath control. Control your breath, you control your state. Control your state, and nothing shakes you. Not pressure, not failure, not conflict. This isn't about being clean. It's about forging grit through discomfort. Controlled adversity, uncontrolled strength. Try it tomorrow. No hesitation. Handle all the way to cold. No thinking, just breathing. Step out and try to not feel like a machine. Mental toughness lives in the details, and nothing screams discipline louder than executing a small task with precision. Making your bed isn't about neatness, it's about command. It's about starting your day by finishing something with excellence. Most people skip it or half-ass it, not because they're too busy, but because they don't value completion. High performers get it. How you do anything is how you do everything. When you make your bed like a soldier, tight, sharp, intentional, you're telling yourself, I honor structure, I finish what I start. You turn disorder into order, routine into momentum. It's simple, but simple done consistently becomes sacred. There's a reason elite forces like Navy SEALs nail this ritual. It's not about looks, it's about mindset. Dominate a small task, and you set the tone to dominate bigger ones. You start the day with a win, and that win plants the seed for high performance. Lazy minds cut corners. Disciplined minds uphold standards. So make the bed, not later, not halfway, now, with pride. Your future self will thank you. If your mind is chaotic, your day will be chaotic. Period. That's why one of the most underrated habits of the mentally tough is this. Capture your focus on paper every single morning. No, not journaling your feelings for 30 minutes. One line, one purpose, one punch of clarity. Write a single sentence of power. Today, I will lead. No distractions, no excuses. Discipline over dopamine. It doesn't matter what the words are. What matters is that you choose them. You're not running old software. You're programming your mindset on purpose. Most people let random thoughts run their day like background apps. You install intention. This one line becomes a trigger, a cue for clarity, a reminder of who you are, what you're about, and what you won't tolerate. It takes less than a minute, but the ripple effect? Hours of focused energy. Elite athletes have mantras. Special forces have code. Top performers have non-negotiables. This is yours. Every time you write it, you reinforce identity, the identity of someone who leads, who acts, who finishes. It's not about handwriting, it's about punching distraction in the face. Try it for 7 days, one sentence, every morning. Watch your focus sharpen, your choices tighten, your fire build. Words create focus. Focus creates fire. If you only do what feels good, you're soft. Period. Mental toughness is built by doing something daily that your brain resists, but your growth demands. One cold email, one awkward call, one 10-minute workout when you'd rather scroll. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is this: voluntary discomfort. Every time you choose hard on purpose, you rewire your identity. You stop being someone who ducks pressure. You become someone who hunts it. It doesn't need to be extreme. 3 minutes, one uncomfortable action. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. You're not trying to break yourself. You're training your reflex to not flinch. Here's the move. Every morning, pick one task that makes you hesitate. Do it before 10 a.m. That hesitation? That's the gym. That's your edge. Because the more you avoid resistance, the weaker you get. But when you lean into it, even in tiny doses, your capacity multiplies. This is how grit is layered. Not with dramatic moments, but with daily micro wins. And here's the truth. Success isn't one giant leap. It's thousands of small wins, wins most people skip. Want to go from lazy to laser focused? Find the resistance, then run straight at it. Most people wake up and immediately drown their brain in noise. Emails, TikTok, news, notifications. Then they wonder why they're anxious, unfocused, and behind by 9 a.m. Mentally tough people live by a simple rule: no input before output. Don't consume a thing until you've created something. Why? Because input makes you reactive. Output makes you intentional. Start your day with consumption, and you let someone else's priorities hijack your mind. Start with creation, writing, planning, building, and you anchor yourself to your mission. Even just 5 minutes of focused output sends a powerful message. I lead, I don't follow, I build, I don't scroll. This habit builds self-respect. It shifts your system from passive to proactive. And the bonus? Once you've produced, you can consume, guilt-free, because you've already earned it. You've won the first mental battle of the day. And that win stacks into identity, the kind of person who executes. No output equals no direction. No direction, no discipline. No discipline equals soft mind. Want to build mental toughness? Delay gratification. Delay noise, delay distraction, delay everything until you've produced something. That's the code. Most people judge their day by how they feel. Mentally tough people judge it by what they did. If you keep measuring progress with emotions, you'll stay stuck. Because feelings lie. Results don't. That's why the final habit of mental toughness is simple. Track the win. Write down one thing you accomplished today, no matter how small. Made the bed? That's a win. Sent the hard email? Win. Didn't hit snooze? You're stacking. This isn't about celebrating mediocrity. It's about training your brain to see movement, even micro movement. Because tiny wins compound, and when your brain sees progress, it creates motivation on demand. The people who give up, they're not weak, they're blind. They don't see the needle move, so they assume nothing's working. Tracking flips that. Each night, write one sentence. Today I did, not how you felt, what you did. This reframes your identity, from emotional to intentional, from passive to builder. And over time, you stack proof, undeniable proof that you show up, even without motivation. Motivation fades, evidence stacks. Be the one who tracks action, not moods. That's how you build grit when life gets heavy. Let's be real. Most people will watch this, nod along, and then go right back to scrolling TikTok. But not you. You made it to the end because you're done playing soft. You're ready to shift from lazy to laser, from fragile to focused. You don't need another podcast. You don't need more quotes. You need reps. You need habits that punch resistance in the face. Here's your blueprint. Wake up without negotiation. Hit the cold water. Make your damn bed. Write one line of power. Do something uncomfortable. Don't consume until you create. Track your wins like your life depends on it. Simple, not sexy, not viral, but this is what builds unshakable inner strength. Mental toughness isn't a talent, it's a muscle. And starting tomorrow, you've got the gym. If you want more no-fluff, real-world strategies like this, hit subscribe to Mindset for Wealth. We don't motivate, we weaponize mindset. See you in the next one. Stay tough.